Board. Good afternoon. We are here today to present you my proposed capital improvement plan known as the CIP. This is the 10-year CIP from 2015 to 2024. I actually have a copy of the light reading that you'll be getting. You all have a copy in front of you. So what is the CIP? This is an important planning document that we use to plan and carry out necessary capital improvements throughout the county. Many investments in the CIP are invisible. Infrastructure, pipes, technology, and some are more visible. All are necessary to support our community as it continues to grow and thrive. Above all, we need to maintain what we have. There'll always be people who will agree or disagree on one or more projects. This is part of a healthy community dialogue. It's important that we make the case for why and what we are doing. This CIP reflects Arlington's long tradition of making prudent and responsible investments in our community in a fiscally and environmentally sustainable manner. Over the years, the County Board has set forward-looking policies that have made us a desirable and attractive community. I've been here for 30 years and have seen firsthand the profound changes that have taken place throughout carrying out our plans. We are so proud of all that we have done, and we are the envy of many localities. The community should take this moment and become familiar with the many investments that have been completed in the last 10 years. We have several pages in the CIP, and it was astounding to me that we really have so many accomplishments in the last 10 years. Just to name a few: the Arlington Mill Community Center, the expansion of the water pollution control plant, the Roslyn Metro Station access improvements, 129 neighborhood conservation projects, 225 complete street projects, 2 new fire stations, and many, many more. This is our second 10-year CIP. This CIP includes many significant forward-looking projects. It totals $2.7 billion and invests in water and sewer pipes, streams, technology infrastructure, one of the largest transportation programs in the region, Metro, which is our core, invests in parks and recreation, county facilities, maintenance, and schools, and schools. Making investments in our community benefits the whole community. It helps us among the few. It helps us among the few localities. It marks us as one of the few localities in the nation that is truly thriving. We have weathered this past recession far better than most because we have made these community investments. More often than not, where the community makes investment, private sector investments follow. This community is fortunate to have the means to invest, and we have the leadership to carry out this investment program. The community is growing. This is good. It is a sign of a thriving community. It does present challenges. We need to make sure that we have all the services to meet the needs of a growing community. But it also comes with the ability to invest in our long-term sustainability and viability for this community. The business community is a huge partner in paying for much of our capital transportation program and providing for half of our tax revenue. And these investments, in turn, help ensure their sustainability. The CIP covers many investments over the 10 years. This is the first CIP that reflects the new state funding for transportation projects. Today, we're going to share with you an overview, along with the more in-depth information in 2 areas. I'm going to go into about the streetcar project, as well as the analysis of public land for public good initiative. The streetcar update. This really is a generational investment, and the streetcar is a large capital investment for our county, but we have not shied away from large capital investments ever. We have done a $500 million upgrade to our water pollution control plant, and we have done ongoing significant contributions to Metro. And Metro has been our core transportation investment for the last 30 years, without even a dedicated revenue. It really has been something that we're committed to and that we continue to do. Schools are another major commitment that we have done over many, many years. These are generational projects. So every generation is asked to make decisions that will ultimately benefit generations that follow. The streetcar that's planned for Columbia Pike and Crystal City is one of these choices. Building high-capacity rail in South Arlington will be a transformational investment for our community. It will allow us to grow fiscally and environmentally sustainable for decades to come. This is an opportunity to make an investment that generates both fiscal and mobility benefits for the county. Columbia Pike and Crystal City are some of the few remaining places in the county where we can make investments that significantly improve our economic health. We need the neighborhoods and the businesses in these corridors to thrive if our whole community is to succeed. The return on investment study released in March shows that the investment in the streetcar will generate billions of new real estate value and attract thousands of new jobs to Columbia Pike alone. It will also return tens of millions of dollars to the community in the form of new annual tax revenue due to the faster growth that it will support. The evidence that this return is very real can be seen in communities across the nation, from Portland to our neighboring Washington, D.C. The streetcar will be a key part of our transportation infrastructure. Our county has enacted plans for Columbia Pike and Crystal City that will generate growth over the next 30 years. 2/3 of our population growth and nearly half of our employment growth will be in Columbia Pike and the Route 1 corridors in the coming decades. We need the appropriate infrastructure, including a streetcar, to support that growth. At the same time, we need to make that investment now, not after the people and the jobs have already arrived. This investment will allow these corridors to be more competitive at attracting businesses and residents in the region where other communities are making infrastructure investments like the Silver Line and the Purple Line. Finally, the streetcar fulfills a commitment that we have made to our citizens. We have adopted the Crystal City Plan in 2010. After extensive work with the community, we set a path for transforming Crystal City for the next 30 years. Implementing the streetcar was part of that plan. We have adopted the Columbia Pike Neighborhoods Plan in 2012. After more than a decade of planning, we set out a bold land use housing vision plan for those communities. And here again, it was based on the county making significant investment in our transit infrastructure. Streetcar was part of that commitment. So what I have for you today is I have Dennis Leach, the Director of Transportation, is just going to walk you through an update. And obviously we'll have much more conversation when we have our transportation work session. Dennis, I hope, is behind. I go to the rating agencies this week on Thursday and Friday, and one of the things in getting ready to go to the rating agency meetings, it always reminds me of what a strong community we have and what a good story that we have to tell. And I think it's important for us to not lose sight of that I really do believe that we hear a lot of information out there, but we really are a good community, and we should never take for granted that we are a AAA community. But as a whole, this CIP is balanced. It has a focus on the needed investments that will help us sustain future community needs, investments both visible and invisible. The population is coming. The employment is coming. Our planning has provided for new development to meet this need. We need to build the infrastructure and transportation systems to meet the generational issues before us. Our history tells us the whole community will benefit from these investments, and we'll be able to afford and keep the richness of our diversity. John Kennedy once said, "Rising tide lifts all boats." That's what this investment is. This CIP also reflects our courage to take reasonable risks, take the long view, and maintain steadfast direction on the smart growth journey, and to continue to innovate. These are the hallmarks of a healthy community that is not content to stand still. However, we acknowledge the ongoing discussion on priorities and trade-offs, and to that, I welcome an honest discussion. Let us look forward, as we have always been a visionary community and a forward-acting community. We stand ready to continue that mission. Thank you.